Einen wunderschönen Willkommen zum heutigen Abend. Willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde dieses wunderbaren Spiels. Was haben wir letztes Mal gemacht? Nachdem Murphy McCallan von einer Geisterbraut vom Balkon des Bellemore Manor gestoßen wurde, ist er nun überzeugt, dass der verlorene Schatz des Bellemore Manor tatsächlich existiert. Da jedoch nur die Geister des Bellemore Manor wissen, wo sich dieser Schatz befindet, ist Murphy überzeugt, dass er ihn nur finden kann, indem er die Geister des Hauses herbeiruft und sie fragt. Um diesen Beschwörungszauber zu wirken, muss Murphy alle 7 Zutaten aus dem Manuskript finden, das ihm gegeben wurde, sie in das Grießgrieß legen und dann zur Spirit Queen zurückkehren. Ja, das klingt erstmal
The
einfach.
poster read free polishing on all purchases. Gemstones bought.
So, was haben wir? Wir haben haufenweise Gegenstände, wir haben eine polierte Brosche, wir haben Magneten, Spindelwagenheber mit dem Magnet und der Strippe. Da können wir wahrscheinlich den irgendwas mit dem Dings machen. M wie Karte, ja, wie Map. Und hier waren wir noch nicht drin, weil wir nicht reingekommen sind. Aber warte mal, mit den Magneten und der Strippe. Ah ne, die Strippe geht ja nicht. Aber
The cat seemed too entranced by the light to notice me dangling a ball of twine out for it.
okay.
There wasn't anything to do with the lantern. Nope. The fish was already ripped open along the seam. The twine would be more useful to me intact. Nope. The lighthouse light was off.
Okay. Oh, sie ist weg. Aha.
As I picked up the bottle, I anticipated what could be inside. A brine-stained treasure map, perhaps, or a scribbled plea from a castaway desperately awaiting rescue. Looking inside, I found it was empty. The only writing on it was the embossed glass letters of the Orangello Soda Company.
Auf alle Fälle haben wir schon mal ein Glas.
If I wanted to fill the bottle, it was best to do it with the tide, lest my fingers get nipped by some unseen lurking crab.
Ah, warte mal, wir können Korken mitnehmen wahrscheinlich.
The barrels were far too heavy for me to lift, though that gorilla of a rum runner had been picking them up like they were cotton balls.
Ach komm, warum habe ich denn keinen Korken? Halt. Ah, Mist. Oh, der geht doch.
I poured out the water, then began to fill the bottle with the rum pouring from the barrel. Relief washed over me at the realization that I'd done it without getting caught by the 2 rum runners.
Hey, Musket! There's someone out here!
Or so I thought.
Hey, fella, what do you think you're doing snooping around here? This is our church, you know, and it's closed.
I'm with the Prohibition Bureau. We've got this place surrounded.
Officer Moe's 10 feet underwater wearing cement shoes. We made sure of it. He's being a wise guy, Musket. I'm to fill him full of lead. But, boss, it's bad luck to bump someone off in a churchyard. Now, where'd you hear a nonsensical thing like that? I thought churches was hallowed ground, where sin and immorality would face supernatural punishment in this world or the next. Where do you get this stuff from? I told you, I do the thinking in this partnership.
Okay, wir haben es geschafft. Ich gebe doch mal zurück. Oh, das Fass ist jetzt... Oh, das war richtig. Wir brauchen die Flasche rum. So, ich wollte hier noch was machen.
The tin was full of nothing but holes. I tied the twine to the uneven table and took up a hiding spot behind a nearby wall. It was time to wake the dead. Hello? Hello? Why is it so dark in here?
Huh? Who's that?
I'm stuck. Help! Help!
Mallory, if that's you again.
Get me out of this thing!
Oh no, not again. Mister, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was told... Mister? Oh, God darn it! Next time I see that girl, I'm gonna have a peewee-sized coffin all ready for her. A few hours locked in one of those should adjust her sense of humor.
Sehr gut.
I picked up the handful of discarded coffin nails from the tin.
Sehr gut.
Wandering happily into the hideout of a pair of mobsters wasn't going to be a smart move.
Okay, jetzt haben wir Nägel.
If I touched the grease with my bare hands, I'd be spending hours trying to wash it off.
Fettschmiere, okay.
That didn't work.
Schalltafel. Ja.
The fish was already ripped open along the seam. It was a small leather pouch with a drawstring used for magic spells. Currently, it was empty.
Sargnigel haben wir. Silbermünze haben wir noch nicht.
It was a handful of... It was a... I placed the coffin nails in the gree-gree.
Wir brauchen ein Foto. Aber warte mal, vielleicht können wir das initiieren.
Anything to report?
I'm keeping my eyes open.
Yes?
Hi. I've got a story for you. A big one. There are rum runners at the old church.
Keep your voice down, Motormouth. Do you want us to end up in the obituaries?
I thought you wanted a real scoop for the Gazette.
I do, just not one that gets me on the wrong side of the mob in the process. Pigeon elected mayor, cow does the high jump. Those are the types of stories that get eyes on the front pages.
But I thought journalists had a duty towards truth, justice, and society.
Where'd you get that poppycock idea? My duty is towards the circulation numbers.
Ja,
and while I'd
Bildzeitung.
love a shocker of a story, I'd rather not become the story, if you catch my drift.
What's in those filing cabinets?
Past issues of the paper, going all the way back to 1858. Of course, things were a lot more interesting when Dead Nettle was thriving. People, ships, and cargo coming and going. Lots to report on back then. More than the dregs I have to dress up now.
Why did the ship stop coming to Dead Nettle?
The Bellemore Trading Company was the heartbeat of this island. After the disappearance, there was no one left to run the company, and it all got sold off. When that folded, so did pretty much everything else.
Do you have any back issues featuring the Bellemore Manor wedding?
We don't, I'm afraid. Most of the paper's directors were at the wedding, and disappeared along with everyone else. The newspaper had to close up shop for months while it was restaffed. This was back when the Gazette wasn't run by just one person.
I think I better be going.
I've got my eye on you, McAllen.
Oder auch nicht.
The stories about Bellemore Manor are true. I saw the ghost bride inside the house.
Blast it, Murphy. Don't say I didn't warn you. This island has had its fair share of the macabre. The best way to deal with it is to leave well enough alone. Why are you searching for that treasure anyway?
Well, it's my job. The state's claim on that money runs out at 8 a.m., and I'm supposed to find it.
You seem pretty passionate about something that's just for work. What are the odds you draw an assignment like that?
Well, I might have made my own luck there. They wouldn't normally authorize an investigation so close to the statute of limitations running out, especially on a 30-year-old cold case. But thrust a stack of forms in front of the boss 5 minutes before clocking off on a Friday afternoon, and he doesn't care what he's signing.
Let's just hope he wasn't signing your death warrant.
Most of my investigations don't amount to more than counting paper clips in a municipal building or going cross-eyed over receipt rolls in a courthouse. When I found that old case folder tucked behind the filing cabinet, its only lead, a water-stained magazine, talking about a real-life haunted house, how could I pass it up? You didn't tell me the Spirit Queen was a riverboat.
Oh, sure. That thing's been moored up in the bayou with her keel kissing the mud for years. Witch doctor lives aboard her now. Claims to sell all manner of hoodoo and voodoo. But to believe that, you need to be dumber than the bachelor in New Orleans, throwing beads at the Sisters of Mercy.
I spoke with Dr. Moray. He thinks we can make contact with the ghosts.
Moray is a charlatan and a fool. Only got into hoodoo and voodoo a few years ago. Before that, he was an actor over at the Calliope Theater. Not a very good one. He's the only person I know who directed and starred in a one-person production of The Pirates of Penzance. And that's because all the rest of the cast dropped out rather than work with him. He's always been searching for respect and recognition. Who would have known he found it by living in the swamp and reeking of incense?
Don't you believe in voodoo?
I certainly do. I just don't think Moray's got any more control of it than the rooster has control of the sunrise. His understanding of voodoo amounts to whatever he's gleaned from one of those horror pictures Ventura Studios puts out at the movie palace. My mama used to know all about it. God rest her soul. Voodoo isn't some made-up Hollywood magic, Mac. Voodoo's a real religion. It's about community, about belonging, and about searching for something more than flesh and blood. It's not the snake oil he peddles.
What do you think happened at Bellemore Manor?
Now there's a tale I don't like to tell.
Can I persuade you to tell it anyway?
I have a feeling I ain't gonna get any rest until I do. You know about Miss Bellemore, the bride, engaged to the sailor? Nah, the way I hear, Mr. Rackham was over the moon with her. Such an upstanding fellow. I won't have a bad word said against him. Now he realized that the sailor was going through terrible lengths to ensnare his bride, and Mr. Rackham tried to save her. I heard that the sailor caught on to this and tricked Rackham into giving the lady a gift. That's what made everything go topsy-turvy.
What was the gift?
There are places in the Caribbean that trade things more elusive than gold. Ungodly things.
Do you think the disappearance was caused by voodoo?
And that's what my mama used to say. If you're not careful, that stuff can go to your head.
No luck fishing?
Not a bite, Mac. The Pengoza fish just ain't snapping for me today. Shame, too, because I'm planning on firing up my grill later. And the tastiest catch in these waters.
How do you catch a Pencoza fish?
With hours of patience and decades of practice. You ever wrestled the rod before?
Just the once. I went fishing on Lake Erie, but the only thing I caught was a cold. What do you do with the fish you catch?
A couple I save for myself, and the rest I sell to the Captain's Club. They fancy them up with lemon lobsters, slawfish, something or other. But everyone knows the best way to cook them is to grill them.
Why won't you hear a word against Mr. Rackham?
He gave me my first work on this island, right here on these docks.
and I'm still here to this day. He may have worn a scowl, but you don't judge a banana by its peel with people like him, Mac. When I looked into his eyes, all I saw was ambition.
What work did you do?
Loading and unloading the ships that came in. Of course, they just don't do that anymore. Dead Nettle's a forgotten town. Maybe that's for the best.
Catch you later, Ned.
See you around, Mac.
I hung the fish on the scales.
You caught a pincosa? They're the most delicious fish around here, especially grilled. But you'll never beat Squib's record.
Squib?
Jebediah Squib, the Cajun catcher he calls himself. Last week at the Dead Nettle docks, Squib caught the heaviest pincosa on record. Got his photograph on the front page of the newspaper and everything. Now how am I gonna rest while he brags and boasts about it every single night?
Aha.
With its innards made of cotton and material scraps, the fish's weight was distinctly unimpressive. I couldn't do that.
Schade, ich dachte, wir könnten den da reinhieven.
I didn't need to pour rum on that.
Brauchen irgendein Gewicht.
I couldn't do that.
Aber nicht mit dem, was wir haben. Gut.
Hey, Ned, do you mind if I borrow your knife?
If you need it, Mac, just bring it back to me later tonight, would you? If I'm lucky with my catch, I'll be firing up the grill. You're invited to join me, of course.
Sehr gut. Das Spain klingt so krass, ja.
I didn't need to cut that. I didn't need to cut.
Da kommen wir nicht ran. Wir brauchen das Hufeisen. Das könnte gutes Gewicht sein.
I didn't need. Nope.
Können es durchschneiden. Und rums. Was ist das? Belasse. Lasse mal hier, wa?
I needed to think of something else. The barrel had smashed on the ground, revealing its dark, syrupy sweet contents. Molasses. I wasn't going to touch the molasses with my bare hands. With the items I was borrowing across the island, some may have said I had sticky fingers, but this would have made it a little bit too literal. That wasn't going to work.
Schade. Der andere Hund.
I reached up to the cow skull and dislocated its grisly jaw.
Ist aber nicht jetzt hierfür, oder?
I placed the jawbone into the gree-gree. It was a small leather. I'd marked off the...
So, haben wir schon.
There was nothing else I could take from the animal skull.
Okay, 2 von 7. So. Kommen wir hier doch mal rein, siehst du?
I went to open the door into Bellemore Manor, but the key was gone. I was sure I'd left it in the lock.
Mist.
The stark trunk of the tree didn't offer any possibility of climbing it. That didn't work. I needed to think of something else.
Wir gucken mal nochmal an die Tafel hier. Der Baskerville.
The plaque read, Fort Bellemore. No public access. For further information, please contact the lighthouse keeper. With the newly polished brooch gleaming, I angled it towards the lantern, catching the light and reflecting a red beam on the wall. I took a handful of the spilled gunpowder. I placed the gunpowder into the gree-gree.
So, und damit haben wir jetzt noch 4 offene. Schwarze Federn, Rabe, Silbermünze, Rum haben wir auch.
It was a manual.
Kreide? Wo kommt Kreide her?
I poured the rum into the gree-gree.
Welcome.
Ja.
While the microscope was meant for jewelry, I was confident I'd already revealed this brooch's secrets. Good evening, Mr. Crumb.
How can I help you?
I'm looking for lost treasure.
I'd say you found it. Everything inside these 4 walls is a treasure, handmade to the finest quality.
I mean a specific treasure. The lost treasure of Bellemore Manor.
Well, if you find it, bring it in here for an appraisal. I'll give you a good price for it. But that's a pretty big if, isn't it?
How's business tonight?
Hatten wir die
You're
schon
not
mit
a
ihm?
millionaire with an enraged fiancé, are you?
I'm not, no.
I didn't think so. Then business tonight is about as lively as a snail drinking decaf. The only other customer I had in here tonight was more interested in the provenance of fossils than the shiny stuff. Booked a private viewing, and then didn't buy anything. Can you believe it? The first time in weeks the shop gets a private viewing, and all they're interested in is bones.
You sell fossils, too?
I sell all the treasures of the earth. If it's under the ground and I can sell it, I'm interested.
I hear Burke and Hare had the same philosophy. What do you know about Bellemore Manor?
Oh, it's a tragedy what went on there. But I know what I think. Black magic.
Black magic?
That's right. While some of us make an honest living around these parts, there are others who are lured in by the darker depths of the sea.
Who do you think that was?
Well, it's simple, isn't it? Abigail used to stop by here all the time, taking a gander at the rings and the necklaces. She was a lovely young girl who always saw the best in people. And Mr. Rackham, he was a model for how to run a good business. Honest and decisive. Now, that only leaves one person, doesn't it?
The sailor?
Exactly. I'd heard rumors about black magic going on inside Bellemore Manor. I think he was casting his spell on Abigail, making her fall in love with him. Why else would someone as rich as her want to marry someone like him? He certainly couldn't afford the rings and necklaces that caught her eye. I think, come the night of the wedding, she wised up. That's why she decided to marry Mr. Rackham after all, a much more responsible choice for the company.
What are you selling?
Das hatten wir alles schon.
Specialize in jewelry and precious stones. Rings, necklaces, earrings, and brooches in this cabinet to my left. Gems, geodes, and fossils in this cabinet to my right. You'd be surprised at how much of an impact some stones can make. My family can tell you that. We also offer a free polishing service on all purchases from the shop.
Aber
Just bring it in and we'll shine it up for you. Our little thank you to our loyal customers.
How do you know what jewelry was purchased here?
I handcraft everything this shop sells. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of our wares, Mr. McAllen, going back decades.
hatten wir alles schon.
I think I'll just look around.
I'm
Das
here.
Wertvollste ist der Fisch hier. Vielleicht müssen wir den Fisch fangen.
I couldn't do that.
Okay.
I didn't need to blow on that.
Hatten wir irgendwo Feuer? Der Hund bellt. Hier brauchen wir erst den Ausweis.
Good evening. He looked past me like I was invisible, as though if he ignored me hard enough, there was a chance I'd disappear. I said good evening?
I'm sorry.
Hatten wir auch schon.
There's no one else here.
Wishful thinking. Have you taken a wrong?
I'm just
Well, make.
Murphy
Kann
McAllen.
es sein, dass
My name is when Mr. Perkins has.
Moment. Der hat... ich habe das Autosave gestartet. Das ist...
I'm looking.
Oh, just.
What do you,
ich krieg da nicht mal durch. Ich werde es gucken,
Must have-
On. Did you? Some. They
Von
said
gestern.
More.
what did
After.
why did,
The
weil es ein langer Dialog.
do you think that
Of course.
I best be
Ja,
hello again?
Hello.
What is
This we are.
he asked?
I then you'll if you'll and
das muss ich mit dem anderen auch noch machen.
what? How here you?
Actually, admitted.
It is. Tell me. Have you? When?
Have you
Well,
in what is there any
you might have, but don't last the boat. What?
Wir brauchen einen Ausweis
No,
und sowas alles.
If captains.
right? Yes, I mean by way of food.
The Captain's Club serves a dazzling array of to my personal. In
Hat
all
man
honest,
schon.
most of the just the side of it.
What about?
Listen, Barnes were.
I'm not.
Then forget the captain's now at ice, but we serve no.
He's the club.
Well, we have a no.
The members.
That's right. This time. Do you think I can Stuart?
I was just.
Well, yeah, my cons. I have a speech.
Felix pushed out his.
Welcome once this time with the end. We hope that you. Well,
Excuse me.
I was expecting.
So, jetzt, das ist neu.
Officer Moe has been murdered.
Oh no, that's terrible. I only paid the bribe last Saturday. What if his replacement isn't so agreeable?
Okay. Ja,
I
okay.
best be casting off.
Don't feel the need to rush back, sir.